Oh my god. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm gonna do something I've never done before. I'm gonna go through my oldest tracks I've ever made that I recently brought back to life while I was organizing some of my old hard drives. I started making computer music in 2011 and I never stopped since then. And through the years, my style evolved, my music evolved. I went through many different genres, many different styles, my taste changed, and I landed on house music, I think around 2016, and then I really started making music seriously in 2018/19. If I look back at all of my process, I would say that my evolution in terms of quality has been very slow if I compare it to what I see today inside my community with the students I tutor. I can see that a lot of people now in 2 years can reach a very high quality. That didn't happen for me. It took much longer, probably because, you know, back in the days there weren't a lot of tutorials, especially in this underground house music scene. You had to learn everything by yourself. Also, you know, being very confused about the style I liked, my taste, you know, slowed down a lot the process because I tried a bit of everything. I wasn't really focusing on something. But at the same time, I think this gave me a little bit more confidence now and built a strong foundation of my, you know, music production knowledge, and this is helping me a lot today. So, you know, there's a pro and cons in doing things slowly, and something that I always say to myself, and I also tell people to think about it, never compare your process with the other people's process, because I think we have different times, you know, life can go in different ways, so it's good either way. Let's get it started. I'm gonna start by the very first track that I've ever produced and ever exported. I was still working on Logic at that time, and I wanted to make a remake of the song Starlight by Digitalism, which are still one of my favorite electronic music duo. Actually, here you can see Pucci remix. It's very embarrassing, but this was the name a friend of mine called me sometimes, and he decided to make this joke. And this is actually his channel. He uploaded the track on his channel because he didn't have a YouTube channel at that time. So let's give it a listen. There's definitely too much reverb on this synth already, but the kick and snare are actually good. Wait for the bass line. Oh my god. Didn't nail the sound here. If you check the original, I didn't nail it at all. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a complete disaster. If you see here, it's from June 19, 2011. So it's been a long time ago. If you want to compare this song to what I'm doing now, I recently released a new EP on Bandcamp, so if you want to give it a check and see how I evolved, I hope you'll be impressed compared to this, but you know, you never know. So yeah, you can find it on Bandcamp if you want to stream it or even support it. So now I'll open the folder where I have all of the other tracks. I'll start from this track here. It's an attempt to remix Kety Perry. I remember I found this guy on SoundCloud. His DJ name was Boss, and he told me, man, you gotta master your tracks. And I was like, what the hell is a master? I have no idea. And he said, okay, I'll do that for you. And so he mastered my track, and there I learned that when you finish a track, you need to master them. And in fact, I was realizing when I exported my tracks, they were all so quiet compared to other music I was hearing. And so this is where I learned that master is making your tracks louder. So let's check it out. On this track, I already started using Ableton, and I didn't know that when you warped the vocal, you needed to change from beats mode to complex mode, and that's why you hear all of those glitches and artifacts on the vocal, and it's sounding terrible. Open my eyes, and I'm ready to go. So here I was in that period where I was listening to Skrillex. It was actually my main and favorite artist, and a lot of Steve Aoki. I really liked Steve Aoki as well, was a big fan. And he had all of those soul synths in his tracks, and I was, you know, inspired by that, but also you can see those type of things that were more Skrillex type of things. And so I kept mixing electro parts, like with the kick 4 on the floor, to parts where I was playing the dubstep tempo. So in the end, you know, wanting to mix all of these different things that I was inspired by, I ended with tracks that were like 10 tracks in one, and none of them was good. Same for this track. I think this was another one that was very old. I was also happy with this, but was very bad as well. This vocal chopping that I heard on some of the Skrillex tracks, pitching up vocals and chopping them. This was a song by Red Hot Chili Pepper, I still remember it. Can't Stop, I think it was Can't Stop. All of these dubstep sounding sounds, you couldn't find it in the presets, you know, and so I had to learn to design them in some way. I was looking at tutorials to do it. Even if it's bad, you know, it taught me about sound design a lot, and that's why I think I have kind of a foundation now about sound design. Was super proud of this sound. I remember when I made it. At the beginning, you know, you have this naive way of thinking that your music sounds good, that it's super good, and you start sending it everywhere. You know, I remember spamming my music to everybody on every Facebook page at that time, thinking that it was actually good, you know, and that came every time with a strong delusion, because nobody was appreciating it. And that's something that it's normal when you start, because you don't have the objectivity to judge your music, and then you move to the phase where you actually know that your music isn't great, you know, it's not good yet enough, and it's sad for you because you're not happy about your music. At the first you're happy, at least, you know, then you start knowing how music should sound, you get into that sadness, but it's just a phase, you know. At a certain point things are better, your techniques gets better, and you start making good music. So this is a song, then you'll hear there's another song, and then there's another song. It's too many ideas. The second part of the song.
Let the bass kick.
This track was evil. Third part of the song. There we go. The sound design here was heavy. Tons of different sounds, put them in sequence, you know. Fourth part of the song. Oh my God. Yeah, this was clearly inspired by Knife Party. I made a dubstep track, I remember. And you can hear it. So here I kinda nailed the growl bass with Skrillex. You can hear it like that thing in the background, so I was also happy. of that thing. There was a period in which Skrillex and Boys Noise started to make music together. Actually, they did an EP or something and a few tours together. And they had this sort of electro strong type of music. And this was when I made Titsagram. In that period, there was the period of nasty hashtags. And so I, made a song called Titsagram.
Beautiful.
So the idea here was starting from like innocent type of hashtags and then move it to now-tier and now-tier hashtags.
Brunette, blue eyes.
Blue eyes.
Sunny day, Insta-friend. Pick of the day, lightning. I follow back.
I follow back.
Dirty girl, horny kick. Stag, Instagram. Duck face.
So the vocal, I generated it with Google Translate, I think. I recorded very simple. There wasn't AI at the time.
I'll show you fucking nasty.
Guys, please let me know in the comments which one you liked the most and the worst one, the one that you think is the worst one. Then another thing was happening in those years. I'm talking about 2012, 13, 14, I think until 15. Beatport was doing remix contests, and so they were sharing every month stems of a track that they released, and one of them was from Boris Dlugosh, something like that. This one. And this one is one where I tried French house.
Do you belong to what you're hanging on to? Are you caught in a loop?
I remember this TB303 emulation. I did it with preset on Sealant.
Excuse me, please, I'm just so happy I could scream. Adjust your mindset. If we're running way high, when they find us, there's no letting go.
So this is another one. Then big time remix competition for Skrillex, Make It Boom Them with Damian Marley. That was my chance, to get my track on Skrillex label. That never happened, of course. Oh yeah, this was a glitch up time. Allez. So my favorite part is around here. You had no idea how much time I spent on those things, The reason why I started liking house music so much, it was because it gave me a big relief on sound design and on the structure of the song, It was more loop based and it was a big relief because this stuff was hard to make. And then let's move to my Moombathon period. I was into also Dylan Francis. This was a remix of a Zed's Dead song called Cowboy, still from Beatport. Very proud of this as well. Thought I could win, didn't. Okay. Moombathon is like the dubstep version of reggaeton. This is a remix of Lorde that I did. I thought it could get some views on YouTube. Shared it on YouTube, got no attention at all. Again, go back to my studio, very sad, but ready to start again with something new. This is all made from scratch. This was a remix of a track by Zomboy, was a dubstep artist from Vancouver, from Canada. A friend of mine was doing the inauguration of his gym, and my brother made a video and put this song in the background. So at the presentation of the gym, I was like hearing my song. I'm super proud. I think from 2013-14 I started to be a little bit happier of my production. I had also a Turbofunk period. Turbofunk was a genre that was going strong in Italy around 2014. There was this group of guys that were organizing parties in Milan. Funky electro stuff. Anyway, big time. And he was like, okay, let me check your track. And it was And it was like, yeah, the song is great, let's release it, let you know, and blah, blah, blah. And then months passed and he told me, I'm sorry, now we're not releasing anymore. And it could have been, you know, my first signed track, but it didn't happen. The last one I want to show you is this remix of We Find Deep by Cruz and Nuremberg. And there was this super nice track with this nice vocal by what was the name of the song of the singer? And the singer was Isis Salam. I think this is the original. Love this vocal. I think this is also one of the first times I paid for a mastering of the song.
Usage of metaphors that open doors to the hopes that one day things will all make sense and there will be a resurrection. Erecting the minds of sleeping kings and queens, and we will find that we are black on both sides and most deaf, all part of the law.
Let's move on.
Infiltrating minds, recorded language between the lines, only those of hip-hop blood will understand. And it's only common sense, and common sense cannot
had like a very big satisfaction for this track because it was played by Miha. Miha was a DJ that was in the Skrillex entourage, let's say, and she played a set for Thump, which is a page, you know, a music blog. She played it as an opening track. Here.
Reaching states of trance.
Remember, I was checking SoundCloud, I saw her mix, press play, and like I got goosebumps, you know, because if you got a track played by one of your idols, you know the feeling, especially when you start. Also, I did this remix of it.
Sweats our sorrows away like black sparrows perched on telephone
Love
lines.
this remix.
We communicate with a tapping of our feet, consumed by the heart's beat. In the MC speech we find deep. Usage of metaphors that open doors to the hopes that one day things will all make sense and there will be a resurrection. Erecting the minds of sleeping kings and queens, and we will find that we are black on both sides and most deaf, all part of a larger illumination. reaching states of trance on basic drum patterns, meditation.
Could be a nice idea to take this one and revamp it, you know, and then release it. And this was my last track that I built in my, you know, before YouTube period, let's say. I made something else during the starting of my YouTube period, but everything else is out there, so you can listen. But you see, it started in 2011, it's 2025. I still have the same passion for music, maybe not the same hunger I had at that time, you know, to get my music out, but still my love for music is there, and I hope your love for music will last in the years. I saw so many people that I was talking to in those years, and then now they quit with music. A lot of them also are still doing it, and some of them grew and became made a career out of music. So time is a big filter. Those who are not motivated stops. Luckily, I'm still here, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.
I am the light, I am the light, I am the light from these fallen angels that whip afros back, shooting stardust into black moons. The crowd's going buckshot, and the